What's going on in the world of YouTube? Christopher or Death Cobra here, back with Doki Doki Literature Club. Now, last episode's, or yesterday's episode, kinda took of a serious turn. I'm sorry if I acted weird in that video, like, that really hit me emotionally. But, we are going to continue now to where we left off last time. We won't be using the paper for folding origami. What I'd like to do is write a different word on each paper. We'll need about 100 of them. Oh yeah? What will those be used for? Well, I'm going to cut pieces of ribbon to hang from the doorway of the classroom. Then we can fasten the paper onto the ribbons to create a doorway curtain. Wouldn't that be beautiful? It would also catch the eye of those passing by the room. It may attract some to peek inside. That's really creative. I had no idea you'd be so good at this, Yuri. Is that so? Well, I suppose I get a little intense, as you put it. Yuri giggles with red cheeks. Is it just me, or is she more relaxed when it's just the two of us? Or maybe it's the excitement she feels from sharing something that she enjoys. Here's a marker, Death Cobra. You can write any characters you want. I'll help you once I finish cutting the ribbons. Alright. Sitting on the floor together, the two of us get to work. I carefully draw a different character on each paper, doing my best to manage my bad handwriting. Yuri unravels a long strand of red ribbon on her desired length. Then she reaches into her bag once more and pulls out a pocket knife. The knife is strangely beautiful. The silver handle has an intricate pattern of waves each etched onto it. God, I really need to learn how to fucking read. The blade itself is gently tinted blue. That's no ordinary pocket knife. It looks really fancy. Well, embarrassed, Yuri looks away. What is it? You're going to think it's weird. Yuri, whatever it is, I have no reason to judge. To each their own, you know. If you promise you won't be weirded out. Yeah, I promise. Alright. The thing is, I'm kind of into knives. They're just so pretty. Well, that's not weird. That's not actually that weird. I have seen some beautiful artistic knives that I wanted to buy, but I don't have enough money for them. They can be really expensive. So yeah, that's not weird at all. It's actually quite normal. I've seen people collect knives before, like beautiful artistic knives, or just knives from a movie, like Bellatrix's knife, which I've seen in a store, and it's 600 Norwegian krona, I think. I'm gonna look it up, and I'll also have the translation to dollars and maybe pounds too. I don't know. I don't know, it's weird. Like when people translate like something to like dollars, but what if somebody from Iceland watches? Like, they don't use dollars there. But whatever, let's continue. They're just so pretty. I can't help it. I don't know what it is. The combination of craftsmanship and feeling of danger, maybe. What am I saying? Please don't think I'm weird for this. You're laughing at me. No, I'm not laughing at you. It's just funny how nervous you got about sharing. Well, it's an interesting thing to be into, I guess. But I think it kind of suits you. Suits me? Yeah, it's kind of intense. Besides, it's a really cool looking knife. I can't deny that. It is, isn't it? Yuri relaxes her expression once again. Would you like to hold it? Sure, I'll check it out. Yuri carefully hands me the knife with the handle facing me. I take it and turn it around in my hands. It feels heavy and extremely solid. Where do you even get a knife like this? Curious of its sharpness, I feel the point of the knife with my index finger. Ow! Death Cobra! Why did you do that? I didn't expect it to be that sharp. I barely touched it at all. It's my fault. I should have warned you. This knife is extremely sharp. It can cut through skin like it's paper. Oh no. A small drop of blood trickles down the side of my finger. Yuri takes my hand and gives the wound a closer look. She stares at it and noticeably fidgets. If you're squeamish, I'll go wash it off now. Without warning, Yuri puts my finger in her mouth and licks the wound. I feel the tongue curl around my finger. I hope he washed his hands before this. Startled, I instinctively pull my hand back. Oh, please forgive me. I wasn't thinking. Yuri lowers her head and face burning up. Yuri, that's the most embarrassing thing I've ever done. How could I do something like that? I'm sorry. Sure, it was a little weird and it took me by surprise. But I guess she was just trying to help, right? Yuri, I think you're overreacting a little. She doesn't lift her head. What if she doesn't recover from this for the rest of the afternoon? Alright, you know what? This might be a stupid thing to do, but I do it anyway. I take Yuri's hand and lick her index finger in return. Death Cobra! Did you really just do that? Now we're even. Yuri just looks at me like I did something wrong. I knew that would be a bad idea. If not for the sweet aroma of the jasmine oil, the air would be extremely heavy right now. You're so weird, Death Cobra. Yuri giggles shyly. Yuri calling me weird. I have no response to that. Where do you keep your bandages? I don't think I need one actually. It was a tiny cut. Look, it already stopped bleeding. I see. That's relieving. The tension is quickly lifted. We each resume our respective activities. I watch Yuri's knife cut through the ribbon like it's nothing but air. Meanwhile, I continue to make progress on the paper. After we finish attaching the paper to the ribbons, we lay them all out side by side. It looks better than I expected and will be very effective as a door curtain. It looks great. Good thinking coming up with this, Yuri. Thanks. It's just something I saw online, really. Are you ready to move on to the next task? Yeah, let's do it. What do you have in mind? I'd like to create a banner. That's why I asked you to buy the paint tablets. That's right. One of the items Yuri had asked me to buy was a kit of watercolor paint tablets. We'll need about 6 cups of water to put each of the tablets in. Do you mind fetching those for us? Of course not. 6 cups of water. I'll be back in a minute. Thank you very much. Oh, and just a little bit of water is okay. If you fill the cups too much, it will be too diluted. Taking Yuri's advice, I decided to use small plastic bathroom cups rather than full-sized glasses. I put them on a pallet to catch any paint that drips, then bring it back into my room. Yuri? Yes? I come in to see Yuri quickly unrolling her sleeves, pulling it back over her arm. Nothing. Your face is a little red. It's too hot in here or anything. No, not at all. There's nothing wrong, so let's mix the paint. Yuri hurriedly dismisses me and takes it upon herself to unwrap the tablets, dropping them into the cups. So, I thought we would do something simple that would look very nice. Okay? I'd like to paint I'll paint a gradient across the banner, starting with the colors for a sunrise, then daytime, then sunset, then nighttime. Oh, I have seen paintings like that, they're so beautiful. Once it dries, I'll write an inspirational quote across the banner. We can hang it on the wall behind the podium at the front of the classroom. Ah, neat. What are you going to write? Well, it will be more fun to surprise you. Yuri smiles at me. If you say so. After rolling out the banner, Yuri and I kneel on opposite sides so we don't get in the way of each other. Yuri uses a brush and adds a few dots of different colors across the banner to serve as a color guide when we paint. This kind of reminds me of elementary school. Painting on a banner with watercolors feels a lot like the art class project we had back then. I used to go to art school. I don't remember how I started going to the art school. Like when I was younger, I used to be really into like painting and Leonardo da Vinci and Van Gogh and stuff like that. But the more I went to the school, the more I hated it. Like, it was boring. The teacher was really mean. I didn't have a lot of fun there. I just felt so awkward there. I didn't like the people I went to the class with. I just felt awkward and weird. I felt like I don't belong. But yeah, I quit. I don't go there anymore. It's relaxing. I'm sorry if this feels too childish. No, I didn't mean that at all. It's kind of fun, you know. Yeah, it is fun. I'm glad you feel that way too. Yuri stops painting for a moment, thinking to herself. For me, I don't need to go out and do crazy things to have fun. In fact, I usually don't even want to. I just like when I can spend time with one other person. Even if it's something simple like reading, it doesn't even matter if we don't talk much. I agree with that. Like, all the people I know here in Norway, all the teenagers, this is really typical Norwegian teenagers, like go to parties and drink a bunch of alcohol and act like idiots. Like, I don't like alcohol, I'm not a big fan of it. I just never saw what's the point of being drunk when you can't control yourself and stuff. Like, I'm afraid that if me and my friend get drunk, I will say some really personal stuff to him that I don't want to share with anyone. That's one of my fears. And yeah, so what I do to have fun is basically watch YouTube videos. I have started watching anime and I really enjoy it. Play video games. Invite my friend over and play video games with him. You know, stuff like that. I just really like staying inside, basically. God, I'm such a loser. Just having a friend next to me makes things feel a bit nicer. I think that's all it takes for me to be happy. Is that so? Even if Yuri and I are quite different, I can understand where she is coming from. I feel that way about things like anime and games, where simply sharing the experience with someone can make me happy. I think I feel the same way. Yuri smiles gently. I knew you'd understand. Yuri leans over the banner to grab an unused paintbrush, but I move at the same time, causing my head to bump into hers. Kya! Sorry! Yuri reels back and quickly lifts my hands in surprise. Are you hurt? No, I'm not hurt. It just startled me, that's all. Sorry, I should have asked you to get it for me. It's not your fault. Your face. There are droplets of paint on Yuri's face and neck. Is there something on my face? Yeah, I accidentally got paint on you. Sorry, it's totally my fault. I'll get a towel right away. I rush out and fetch a small towel, then I dampen it with hot water. I return to my room and kneel back down in front of her. Here. I pat down Yuri's face and neck with the towel. Is something wrong? It's hot. I just didn't expect it. Sorry. I didn't want to use cold water. Having finished, I start to retract my hand, but Yuri suddenly holds my wrist. Wait. Just for a little longer. It feels really nice. Ooh! God, what the heck is wrong with me? I keep my hand still against Yuri's neck. She looks into my eyes. It's an intense expression that I recognize from when she reads her books. Almost as if she's lost in a daze, enveloped by her own thoughts. She breathes gently half through. She breathes gently, half through slightly parted lips. What is happening? Is it the aroma of the jasmine oil giving me this dizzy feeling? Yuri's gentle fingers wrapped around my wrist and a tingling sensation through my arm. And suddenly her face seems to be much closer to mine than it was just a moment ago. Yuri slowly pulls away. Sorry, I've been feeling a little lightheaded today. I didn't mean to space out. It's fine. The moment is over as soon as it began. Yuri picks up her brush again, but the movements seem clumsier, like she is unable to focus. I remain silent, forced to ignore the event that just transpired. I hesitantly retrieve my own brush and continue following Yuri's example. That should do it. I finish filling the night sky with white dots that look like stars. Look at the banner as a whole, it's very pretty and natural looking. I think it came out better than I expected. I'm really happy with the results. Yeah, me too. Are you going to add the lettering now? Not yet. It needs to dry first. That's true, but won't that take a while? Well, perhaps it would be the best to leave it here than have you bring it in the morning. I can do the lettering in the classroom before our event starts. Is that okay? That's totally fine. Wonderful. In that case, I don't think there's anything more for us to do here. Wait, does the festival start on Monday? I don't know. Let's see. Phew. Ahahaha. You say that like you're glad it's over. Was I wrong to assume that you were at least enjoying yourself a little bit? No, it's not that. I'm just glad that we managed to get everything done. I see. I am too. I was a little concerned about time. I need to start making dinner soon. So you don't have any time left. I was secretly hoping we would have extra time after finishing the work. Well, Yuri thinks to herself. I think it would be too irresponsible of me to wait much longer. I'm sorry. I was hoping there would be more time as well. It's probably my fault. Sorry for being such a slow worker. No, it's not your fault at all. And the important thing is that we got everything done, right? Yeah. So, I shouldn't be disappointed or anything. Gathering all her things, Yuri seems to look a little downcast. I understand why. It sounded like she rarely gets the opportunities to spend time with friends in a relaxing environment. But that doesn't mean this is the last time it can happen. Once Yuri packs up, I walk her out to the front door. Thank you very much for having me today. No problem, I'm glad I was able to help. Just let me know if there's anything else you need me to bring tomorrow. I will. Well then, Yuri fidgets. I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Wait. I kind of said that without thinking. About today. It's fine that we didn't have as much time as we wanted, because we can do this again. Whenever you want, you can come over or we can go out somewhere. I forget you don't like going out much. As I stumble over my words, Yuri simply smiles bashfully. Anyway, you know what I'm trying to say, so... You're very thoughtful, Death Cobra. Yuri takes a step closer to me, then briefly squeezes my hand. I kind of like that about you. Well, how am I supposed to respond to that? Why did the music stop? But I don't even get a chance to say as Yuri suddenly pulls back. Sayori! Hi, Death Cobra. Sayori. Just know we weren't... I hope she's okay. It's okay, Death Cobra. I just stopped by to say hi. Well, it's nice to see you. I'm sorry, but I'm already on my way to leave. Oh, really? That's too bad. I'm sorry. But we'll all be together at the festival tomorrow, so that's fine, right? Of course. Sayori beams. Yeah, so I'll see you tomorrow. Clearly embarrassed, Yuri hurries off. Sayori waves goodbye after her. Sayori, I thought you didn't want to come over today. Well, I tried staying in my room, but my imagination was being really mean to me. Oh no. So I had to come over here and see it for myself. See what? What are you talking about? You know, how much fun you were having with Yuri, and how close you got to her. It makes me really happy that you've made such good friends. That's all that matters to me. Tears start to fall down Sayori's face. That's all that matters to me. Why am I feeling this way, Death Cobra? Why am I supposed to be happy for you? Why does it feel like my heart is splitting in half? It hurts so much. Everything hurts so much. This would be so much better if I could just disappear. Sayori, don't say that. It's true, Death Cobra. If I wasn't here, then you wouldn't have to waste your sympathy on me. You would have to put up with being selfish. You wouldn't have to put up with being selfish. Monica was right. I should just... Monica! I was about to cry, but then she said Monica. I knew there was something weird about her. Monica was right about what? Sayori, what I said before is true. I'm not going to let this continue. Caring about you like this isn't the burden your mind is making it out to be. It's something that makes me happy. It's something that I wouldn't trade for anything else. So even if it takes an entire lifetime, I'm going to be by your side until you don't feel any more pain. But... Sayori looks away. I put a hand on her shoulder to reassure her. I'm scared, Death Cobra. I'm really scared. What are you scared of, Sayori? I'm scared that I might like you more than you like me. Sayori? It's true, isn't it? I was weak and started to like you too much. I did this to myself. Death Cobra, I like you so much I want to die. That's how I feel. And that's enough, Sayori. I don't want you to hurt anymore. I slide my hand down Sayori's arm and squeeze her hand in my own. Do you remember how I said I always know what's best for you? Do you still believe me? Wordlessly, Sayori nods. Even if you don't understand all of your own feelings, I know what you need the most right now. And that's what I'm going to give to you. Sayori. Oh, it's going to make me choose. I don't want to. No, I'm about to cry. This is so sad. I want to continue with Yuri, but I also don't want to hurt Sayori. Oh my god. I think I need to think about this a little bit. I'll be right back. It hurts to do this, but you'll always be my dearest friend. You'll always be my dearest friend. Now I'm scared. Why did I do that? But I don't know, I just don't want to hurt Sayori. I want Sayori to... I really just don't want to hurt her. What you need most is for things to be like they've always been. Monica told me the truth. She told me how much happier you seemed after I joined the club. I know you're struggling with some really difficult feelings right now, but please trust me that I know what's best and what will make you happy in the end. I promise I'll help get things back to the way they were. I see. Sayori forces a smile through an incredibly pained expression. Is that what it feels like to get stabbed in the chest? I should write a poem about this. Sayori, it's okay. This is just my punishment, remember? I feel so bad now. Why? Why was I such an idiot for being so selfish? I should have chosen Sayori. If I only have known, I would have chosen her from the beginning. So please don't worry about these stupid feelings. I know you're right. I knew this whole time that there's no happiness down that path. That's why I came here. Just so I could get the answer I needed to hear. And the other thing, you're also right that I just want it to go back to the way it was. I realize that now. You really do know me better than anyone, Death Cobra. I'll trust you with anything. Anything at all. So Sayori's smile finally breaks. All of a sudden she turns around and drops to her knees. Clutching her head with both hands, she screams as loudly as she can. I'm so shocked that I don't know how to react. Sayori looks over her shoulder and flashes me one more weak smile before turning around and running off. I'm such an idiot. I should have chose her. Why? Why was I so stupid? Look what I've done to her. I'm an idiot. Sayori. I'm left helplessly standing in the front of my house. Why am I feeling so horrible about this? There's nothing more that I could have done. The most I can do is support Sayori through her feelings and help her on the path that's right. But I'm having as much trouble understanding Sayori's feelings as she is. Even though I can comfort her, I keep wondering if I should be doing something more or something different. I know these thoughts will continue to plague me until things are back to the way they were. I'm going to give it everything I've got. Sayori will always be my dearest friend, and I'll do whatever it takes to put a smile on her face every day. It's the day of the festival. Of all the days, I expect this to be the one where I'd be walking to school with Sayori. But Sayori isn't answering her phone. Oh no. I consider going to her house to wake her up, but I decide that's a little too much. Meanwhile, the preparation for the event should be nearly complete. The banner Yuri and I painted is dry, and I gently roll it up to take with me. She sent me a pleasant text reminding me not to forget anything as I reserved her. Funnily enough, I probably feel the same way as Naski about the event. I'm more excited for it to be over so I can spend time with Sayori and Yuri at the festival. But knowing Monica, I'm sure the event will be great too. I don't know if I trust Monica. What did she say to Sayori? Death Cobra, you're the first one here. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Thanks for being early. That's funny, I thought at least Yuri would be here by now. Monica is placing little booklets on each of the desks in the classroom. They must be the ones she prepared that have all the poems we're performing. In the end, I found a random poem online that I thought Monica would like and submitted it. So that's the one I'll be performing. I'm surprised you didn't bring Sayori with you. Yeah, she overslept again. That dummy. Oh my fucking god, don't say that. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I feel horrible now. I don't know what to say, I just feel horrible. Poor Sayori, I feel so bad for her. You'd think that on days this important she'd try a little harder. I said that, but I suddenly remember what Sayori told me yesterday. And I suddenly feel awful knowing it's not nearly that simple for her. I only said it because it was the way I'm used to thinking. But maybe I should have gone to wake her up after all. Yeah, I think you should have. Just to check if she's okay. I hope she's okay. Ahahaha. You should take a little responsibility for her, Death Cobra. I mean, especially after your exchange with her yesterday. How does she know about that? You kind of left her hanging this morning, you know. Exchange? Monica, you know about that? Of course I do. I'm the club president after all. But I stammer, embarrassed. Did Sayori really tell her about it that quickly? About how I basically turned down her confession? That was a dumb thing to do, to turn it down. That makes me really seem like the bad guy here. But I'm the one who knows what's best for her, right? I don't know. I'm sorry for not talking that much. I really don't know what to say. Like, I'm not good with these kinds of things. Jeez. You don't know the full story at all, so don't worry. I probably know a lot more than you think. Monica is being as friendly as usual, but for some reason I felt a chill down my spine after hearing that. Monica is really creeping me out. Hey, do you want to check out the pamphlets? Maybe I'm just overthinking it. They came out really nice. Yeah, sure. I grabbed one of the pamphlets laid out on the desks. Oh really? Oh yeah, they really did. Something like this will definitely help people take the club more seriously. Yeah, I thought so too. I flipped through the pages. Each member's poem is nearly printed on its own page, giving it an almost professional feel. I recognize Natsuki's and Yuri's poems from the ones they performed during our practice. What's this? I flipped to Sayori's poem. It's different from the one she practiced. It's one that I haven't read before. So she says, get out of my head a bunch of times. Get out of my head before I do what I know is best for you. Get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. Get out of my head before I show you how much I love you. Get out of my head before I finish writing this poem. But the poem is never actually finished. It just stops moving. So we know that Monica said something to Sayori, as she told us, and it says here, get out of my head before I listen to everything she said to me. So could that be Monica? I don't know. What is this? Reading the poem, I get a pit in my stomach. Deaf Cobra. What's wrong? Nothing. This poem feels completely different from everything else Sayori's written. But more than that, I changed my mind. I'm going to get Sayori, so... well, alright. Try to not take so long, okay? I quickly leave the classroom. Don't strain yourself. Monica calls that out after me. I quicken my pace. What was I thinking? I should have tried a little bit harder for Sayori. It's not a big deal to at least wait for her or help her wake up. Even the simple gesture of walking her to school makes her really happy. Besides, I told her yesterday that things will be the same as they always have been. That's all she needs and what I want to give her. I reach Sayori's house and knock on the door. I don't expect an answer since she's not picking up her phone either. Like yesterday, I opened the door and let myself in. Sayori, she really is a heavy sleeper. I swallow. I can't believe I ended up doing this after all. Waking her up in her own house. Isn't that more like something a boyfriend would do? In any case, it just feels right. Outside Sayori's room, I knock on her door. Sayori, wake up, dummy. God, why would you say that? I'm scared. There's no response. I really didn't want to have to enter her room like this. Isn't it kind of breach of privacy? But she really leaves me no choice. I gently open the door. Oh my fucking god! Jesus! An exception has occurred. File game script CH5 RPY line 307. See traceback TXT for details. Oh my god. What the hell? What the hell? Is this a nightmare? It has to be. This isn't real. There's no way this can be real. Sayori wouldn't do this. Everything was normal up until a few days ago. That's why I can't believe what my eyes are showing me. I suppressed the urge to vomit. Just yesterday, I told Sayori I would be there for her. I told her I know what's best and that everything will be okay. Then why? Why would she do this? How could I be so helpless? What did I do wrong? Turning down her confession. That has to have been what pushed her over the edge. Her agonized scream still echoes in my ears. Why did I do that to her when she needed me the most? Why was I so selfish? This is my fault. My swarming thoughts keep telling me everything I could have done to prevent this. If I just spent more time with her, walked her to school, and gave her what I know she wanted out of a relationship, then I could have prevented this. I know I could have prevented this. Screw the literature club. Screw the festival. I just lost my best friend. Someone I grew up with. She's gone forever now. Nothing I can do can bring her back. This isn't some game where I can reset and try something different. Should we do that? Should we reset and try to accept her confession? I had only one chance and I wasn't careful enough. And now I'll carry this guilt with me until I die. Nothing in my life is worth more than hers. But still couldn't do what she needed from me. And now I can never take it back. Never, 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 never. And is this the end of the game? Sayori has been erased from the title screen. I'm shocked. I'm in so much shock. I don't know what to say. Like, the warning for this game is it's not for people who are not easily disturbed. Like, I'm not easily disturbed. I know this is just a game, but suicide is really fucking serious. It's not a joke. It's not something to take lightly. It's quite serious. And I don't know what to say. I'm not a psychologist. I'm not a professional. I don't know anything about it. So I don't really have any advice to give. I'm sorry. I think I'm just gonna take a break, calm down, and look up what that exception game file thing was. And I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back now. Oh my god. Okay, I'm back now, and if you enter the character file, Sayori has been deleted. So this is really fucked up. My friend warned me this would be fucked up, and like I said, I can handle like disturbing stuff. But what do we do now? Do we continue, or do we... I'm really curious to find out about that Sayori has been deleted and she has been replaced with a mashup of all of the characters. What's this thing? What the fuck? The dialogue history is empty. Okay. I see an annoying girl running toward me from the distance, waving her arms in the air like she's totally oblivious to any attention she might draw to herself. That girl is... Holy fucking shit, this is getting weird. My neighbor and good friend since we were children. Is he talking about her? I'm so confused right now. You know, the kind of friend you'd never see yourself making today, but it just kind of works out because you've known each other for so long. We used to walk to school together on days like this, but starting around high school she would oversleep more and more frequently, and I would get tired of waiting up. But if she's going to chase after me like this, I almost feel better off running away. However, I just saw an ideal in front of the crosswalk and let catch up to me. What the heck? What the fuck just happened? Holy sh... I'm so confused. God. It's an ordinary school day like any other. Mornings are usually the worst, being surrounded by couples and friend groups walking to school together. Meanwhile, I've always walked to school alone. I always tell myself it's about time I meet some girls or something like that. But I have no motivation to join any clubs. I'm perfectly content just getting by on the average while spending my free time on games and anime. There's always the anime club, but it's not like there would be any girls in it anyway. Wait, has he completely forgot about her? What the hell is going on? It's like the game is broken. The school day is as ordinary as ever, and it's over before I know it. After I pack up my things, I stare blankly at the wall looking for an ounce of motivation. Clubs. There really aren't any that interest me. Besides, most of them would probably be way too demanding for me to want to deal with it. I guess I have no choice but to start with the anime club. Death Cobra. Jesus! No, I don't trust her. I don't trust her at all. After she fucking glitched her way into the game. Monica. Oh my goodness, I totally didn't expect to see you here. So as the whole game just restarted. It's been a while, right? Yeah, it has. Monica smiles sweetly. We do know each other well, we rarely talked, but we were in the same class last year. Monica was probably the most popular girl in class, smart, beautiful, athletic, basically completely out of my league. So having her smile at me so gently feels a little... What did you come in here for anyway? Oh, I've just been looking for some supplies to use for my club. Do you know if there's any construction paper in here? Or markers? I guess you could check the closet. You're in the debate club, right? Ahaha, about that. I actually quit the debate club. Really? You quit? Yeah. To be honest, I can't stand all of the politics around the major clubs. It feels like nothing but arguing about the budget and publicity and how to prepare for events. I'd much rather take something I personally enjoy and make something special out of it. In that case, what club did you decide to join? Actually, I'm starting a new one. A literature club. Oh my god. What the fuck is going on? The whole game is fucking broken. Literature? That sounds kind of dull. How many members do you have so far? Ahahaha. It's kind of embarrassing, but there are only 3 of us so far. It's really hard to find new members for something that sounds so boring. Well, I can see that. But it's really not boring at all, you know. Literature can be anything, reading, writing, poetry. I mean, one of my members even keeps her manga collection in the club room. Wait, really? Yeah, it's funny, right? She always insists that manga is literature too. I mean, she's not wrong, I guess. And besides, a member's a member. Besides, a member's a member, right? Did Monica say she... Hey, Deaf Cobra. By any chance, are you still looking for a club to join? I mean, I guess so, but... In that case, is there any chance you could do me a big favor? I won't ask you to join, but if you could at the very least visit my club, it would make me really happy. Please. Well, I guess I have no reason to refuse. Besides, how could I ever refuse someone like Monica? I can't believe she got deleted from the game. This is so creepy. I don't know if I completely trust Monica. The way she broke the 4th wall by telling us, oh, don't forget to save your game. And my dumb tired ass didn't pick up on it. I still feel like an idiot for not accepting her confession, which I should have done. Should I go back and do it? I mean, I'm really curious to continue with this broken part. I mean, if she got deleted and the game is all broken now, maybe that would happen either way. I don't know. I don't want to look it up. I don't want to spoil the game. Or maybe I should look it up. No, I don't think I will. I don't know what to do. But yeah, we were talking about Monica, the way she broke the 4th wall by telling us to save our game. The way... And she told something to Sayori. And then in the poem it said, get out of my head before I do what she told me. Before I listen to everything she told me, I think it was. And then She fucking glitched her way into here. I don't know. Sure, I guess I could check it out. Awesome. You're sweet, Death Cobra, you know that. It's nothing really. Shall we go then? I look for the materials another time. You're more important. And thus today makes the day I sold my soul to Monica and her irresistible smile. I timidly follow Monica across the school and upstairs, a section of the school I rarely visit, being generally used for third-year classes and activities. Monica, full of energy, swings open the classroom door. I'm back, and I brought a guest with me. What the fucking hell? A guest? Seriously, you brought a boy? Way to kill the atmosphere. Don't be mean, Nasky. But anyway, welcome to the club, Death Cobra. All words escape me in this situation. This club is full of incredible cute girls. So let me guess. You're Monica's boyfriend, right? What? No, I'm not. Nasky. The girl with the sour attitude, whose name is apparently Nasky, is one I don't recognize. Her small figures makes me think she's probably a first year. Anyway, this is Nasky, energetic as usual. And this is Yuri, the vice president. This game is getting really fucking creepy. I don't know why I have the urge to throw up. Let's continue. It's nice to meet you. Yuri, who appears comparably more mature and timid, seems to have a hard time keeping up with someone like Nasky. Yeah, it's nice to meet both of you. So I ran into Death Cobra in a classroom and he decides to come check out the club. Isn't that great? Wait, Monica. Didn't I tell you to let me know in advance before you brought anyone new? I was going to, well, you know. Sorry. I didn't forget that, but I just happened to run into him. In that case, I should at least make some tea, right? Yeah, that would be great. Why don't you come sit down, Death Cobra? The girls have a few desks arranged to form a table. Yuri walks to the corner of the room and opens the closet. Meanwhile, Monica and Nasky sit across from each other. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. I was really enjoying this game before you know what happened to Sayori. But now the game seems really creepy and really disturbing, almost like horror. Maybe that's what the warnings were about. I don't know. I think I'm gonna have a look on the Steam page to see if it says anything about that, and I'll be right back. No, it didn't say anything about that on the Steam page. So let's just continue. Let me just check one more thing. Okay, so we are gonna continue for another 20 minutes before I have to end it, and then I'll record part 11 and either post it on the same day or on Saturday. I'm sorry for that there is so much Doki Doki, on my channel, like the What If Adventure Time was a 3D anime game. Still feeling awkward, I take a seat next to Monica. So, I know you didn't really plan on coming here, but we'll make sure you feel right at home, okay? As president of the literature club, it's my duty to make the club fun and exciting for everyone. I'm surprised there aren't more people in the club yet. It must be hard to start a new club. You could put it that way. Not many people are very interested in putting out all the effort to start something brand new, especially when it's something that doesn't grab your attention like literature. You have to work hard to convince people that you're both fun and worthwhile. But it makes school events like the festival that much more important. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. I just remembered I have Facebook on. So yeah, I'm just gonna turn off Facebook and I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. I'm confident that we can all really grow this club before we graduate. Right, Natsuki? Well, I guess. Natsuki reluctantly agrees. Such different girls, all interested in the same goal. Monica must have worked really hard just to find these two. Yuri returns to the table carrying a tea set. She carefully places a teacup in front of each of us before setting down the teapot in the middle. You keep a whole tea set in the classroom. Don't worry, the teachers gave us permission. After all, doesn't a hot cup of tea help you enjoy a book good? I guess. Don't let yourself get intimidated. Yuri's just trying to impress you. That's not. Insulted, Yuri looks away. I meant that, you know. Okay, so I'm gonna keep on to woo Yuri. I don't know what the hell this game is anymore. I don't know what the hell is going to happen. I don't know if it even matters. Like when we were working on the banners and stuff. Wait, what about the club? No, the club, the festival, isn't that gonna happen now? So yeah, I'm gonna continue. Like, I felt when we did the banners for the festival with Yuri, I kind of started regretting. I kind of wanted to spend more time with her, and I was kind of regretting that we didn't woo her in the beginning and we wooed Natsuki instead. But I'm also regretting that we didn't woo Yuri and didn't accept her confession. Yuri, I mean Sayori. Maybe that would have stopped her. I don't know, let's continue. I meant that, you know, I believe you. Well, tea and reading might not be a pastime for me, but I at least enjoy tea. I'm glad. Yuri faintly smiles to herself in relief. So, Deaf Cobra, what kind of things do you like to read? Well, considering how little I've read these past few years, I don't really have a good way of answering that. Like I said that I wanted to get into reading, but I think I rather want to get into audiobooks. Considering that I don't really have a good attention span. I can focus on one thing and then 2 minutes go by, I focus on another thing. So yeah, I think audio books is better for me than reading. But let's continue. Manga. I muttered quietly to myself, half joking. Natsuki's head suddenly perks up. It looks like she wants to say something, but she keeps quiet. Not much of a reader, I guess. Well, that can change. What am I saying? I spoke without thinking after seeing Yuri's sad smile. Anyway, what about you, Yuri? Well, let's see. Yuri traces the rim of her teacup with her finger. My favorites are usually novels that build deep and complex fantasy worlds. Mine too. Like Harry Potter. I have a really big obsession with Harry Potter. The level of creativity and craftsmanship behind them is amazing to me. And telling a good story in such a foreign world is equally impressive. Yuri goes on clearly passionate about her reading. She seemed so reserved and timid since the moment I walked in, but it's obvious by the way her eyes light up that she finds her comfort in the world of books, not people. But you know, I like a lot of things. Stories with deep physiological elements usually immerse me as well. Isn't it amazing how a writer can so deliberately take advantage of your own lack of imagination to completely throw you for a loop? Anyway, I've been reading a lot of horror lately. I kinda set the task for myself to read Stephen King's It, the novel. Like, I've only seen the 2017 adaptation, and I have seen the mini-series, but I didn't pay attention, but I know everything that happens in it. But the book is so long, I think I'll rather get an audiobook of it when I have the cash. I desperately grasp something I can relate to at the minimum level. At this rate, Yuri might as well be having a conversation with a rock. Ahahaha, I'd expect that from you, Yuri. It suits your personality. Oh, is that so? Really, if a story makes me think or takes me to another world, then I really can't put it down. Certainly, horror is often very successful at changing the way you look at the world, if only for a brief moment. I hate horror. Yeah, I remember this from the beginning. Oh, why is that? Well, I've met people who don't like horror. Like, I watch a lot of horror movies. Probably why I'm not so easily disturbed, but I watched a lot of horror movies, and every time I start talking to people about horror, they're like, oh, I don't really like horror, it's just mindless violence and gore, and it's just to scare you. Why do you want to be scared? Why not feel happy? And I used to think the same thing. I used to be fucking afraid of Chucky, and then I watched the movie Chucky, and it was fucking hilarious. Like, it wasn't scary at all. Like, Chucky, he's a funny guy. He has a lot of funny one-liners. I mean, I like Chucky's one-liners, but I think Freddy Krueger, I think he takes them too far. You know, I think, in my opinion, I think one-liners fit Chucky's Chucky. I think they fit Chucky, but Freddy Krueger, yeah, they kinda do fit him too, but he just takes them to a whole another level. Like, I know some people in horror who really hate one-liners. But yeah, I've been scared of horror movies before. The 2017 adaptation of It scared the fucking shit out of me. That movie. Really did a trick, especially that lady that comes out of the painting. Oh my god, she's so fucking terrifying. And what else? I mean, the 2017 adaptation of it is the only horror movie that has really terrified me. But yeah, I also like Annabelle. I kinda want to rewatch Annabelle now, the first one. I know the first one is kind of hated, but I like it a little. But yeah, let's continue. Natsuki's eyes start over to me for a split second. Never mind. That's right, you usually like to write about cute things, don't you, Natsuki? What? What gives you that idea? You left a piece of scrap paper behind last club meeting. Just feels so wrong to do this without Sayori. I'm sorry, I just can't forget her. I don't know what it is or why it is. I really liked her. I feel really bad for turning down her confession. You left a piece of scrap. It looked like you were working on a poem called... Don't say it out loud! And give that back. Fine, fine. Natsuki, you write your own poems. Well, I guess sometimes. Why do you care? I think that's impressive. Why don't you share them sometime? No. Natsuki averts her eyes. You wouldn't like them. I'm not a very confident writer yet. I understand how Natsuki feels. Sharing the level of writing takes more than just confidence. Now I remember I said in yesterday's episode, which today, like it's after midnight, it's 2:28 AM, so it's basically Wednesday. So yeah, I remember in yesterday's, for you it will be yesterday, and for me I recorded it yesterday, but this will come out on Friday. So yesterday for you was Thursday, for me now yesterday was Tuesday. So yeah, I remember I said when I recorded a video yesterday that I should try to write a poem and express my feelings, some feelings I have that I don't quite understand, like Monica said. I actually did that, and no, it worked. It worked a little. It just felt right and felt nice, but I'm never going to share them with anybody. It's too awkward. But whatever, let's continue. Sharing that level of writing takes more than just confidence. The truest form of writing is writing to oneself. You must be willing to open up to your readers, exposing your vulnerabilities and showing even the deepest reaches of your heart. Do you have writing experience too, Yuri? Maybe if you share some of your work, you can set an example and help Natsuki feel comfortable enough to share hers. I guess it's the same for Yuri. We all sit in silence for a moment. Hey, I just got an idea. Yep, this is gonna be like last time. You know, we're already seen this before. The game basically just restarted. Unless something creepy or unusual happens, I'm gonna skip this. Or you know what? No, I'm just gonna end it here. Stop all the recordings, save them, and then record another video. Then I'll start editing both of them tomorrow when I wake up, which is Wednesday, and then I'll try to have them up by Friday. So thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Okay, so all of our saves has been deleted too. This is really creepy, but I'll see you in the next video then.